I'm Herb Katz. I'm currently mayor of the city. I am a practicing architect as well as a council member. I'm running for re-election. I've lived in the city of Santa Monica for 45 years in the same residence, raised my 3 kids here. They all went through the school district. I'm a band parent, an orchestra parent, and all of that. I've enjoyed being on the council. I want to serve another 4 years because we're in the middle of our land use and circulation element, as well as the exciting time of getting an expo line in here. And it's about time we started really working with that. I am for controlled development. I think we can do it. I think our land use has started to do it. I think we can carry it on, and I want to be a part of it. I think it's very important to continue on and be able to finish what I have started. I feel the same way Ken does. I'm also on the council. And there is a collegiality that we form, and it takes time to do it and to work with others. And I'm one of those that always has been able to work with anyone. But I think that it's a question that you, the voters, have to decide. We have a productive council. We have a cooperative council. We can disagree, and we do disagree all the time. I will say I never want to see 13 council members. We'd never come home.
Thanks, Herb.
Thank you. I don't think it's working as well as it should. Income should be part of it. There's no question about that. But tenancy to me is very important. There's a stability in tenancy that I think helps the community at large. So I think that should be picked up and run with rent control. Yeah, I think it needs improvement. We keep fighting it because the state keeps going against us, but it's the way it is. Thank you. I have the same toughness since I had 8 years on and 8 years off, and then 8 years on. The answer is no. First of all, I look them straight in the eye and tell them that I'm not going to give them money, but I will tell them where they can go to get food if they want it. And I name some of the organizations, and the card that we're going to be able to pass out will help a lot. These are not just homeless, these are people. And I think that's the main thing we have to know. These are human beings, so we try and help them. But giving them food is not the answer.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel the same way. The answer would be no from where I'm sitting. I will vote and have. I have already voted. Just so you know, I voted absentee. Yes on SM. Yes on AA. I think it's imperative that college get some of their infrastructure done with some new buildings, which they need. Prop R is also imperative, or we won't get our expo line. So we need that funding for the expo line, so I'm all in favor of it. On T, it's a no for me. I'm adamant about it. It does not address traffic. It's a false statement because the poll was taken, and it will either stay even or get worse if Prop T passes. So I'm definitely no on T.
Thank you, Herb.
Yes, I think the scale of Main Street is good. It was developed by the people who lived there back in the 70s, and I recall it. I think it's important we maintain it. I think it's an important fabric of our city that we do not want to change. So I'm all for keeping it. And the loose does say that. Keep it like it is.
Thank you.
I am opposed to preferential parking, always have been, because just what Ken said, it's a short-term answer, does not create a long-term and expands it. So that is the problem with it. I think the answer for the businesses, and remember, a lot of the business people that come there and own it live in Santa Monica, not all of them, but a lot of them. So you can't just say it's somebody else. I think the answer has been, and always has been, to provide small, smart parking structure, either subterranean or just 1 or 2 levels, so that everybody can share it. The business people during the day, the residents can share it during the evenings. Yeah, I agree with Michael's comment. Lincoln needs cleaning up very badly. One of the ways you're going to have to do it is provide parking, and the way you can do it, because they're very shallow lots, is to set up a parking district and either build one-story parking structures or subterranean. Then you'd have open space above it. Then allow the businesses to come in and let's rezone some of this so we get rid of some of these auto repair places which are not helping it. I also think we should expand the sidewalk. And by the way, I do not believe that the corner of Pico and Ocean Park and Lincoln should be a tall structure at all.
Thank you.
I support probably more of a committee than I do a commission, but I think we need this so that we can get order. And if it was a committee, it could be advisory to the Recreation and Parks and tie in with that.
Thank you.
Being an architect, I deal with our building department and planning department, and everybody's absolutely right. It's been hell. We have a new planning director, Eileen Fogarty, who's excellent. We have a new building director who's slowly trying to make this change. It's going to take a little time, but it's coming, and it's going to get better. But I agree, it's horrendous whether you're doing a new building or a remodeling. And it is getting a little better. We have a long way to go with our building inspectors. We have a long way to go just to get things moving fast through the city. And it will come, but it's going to take some time.
Absolutely, yes.
I have taken developer money, but most of my money is coming from residents. The answer is, yeah, I've taken money from developers. I'll take money from people that want to give me money. That doesn't mean I vote with them. That gives me a chance to get the literature out so that I can inform people where I stand. No, it's all right. I don't have a problem with this. I have cancer, and the meetings I've missed, I was in the hospital getting chemotherapy, which I would go in every 3 weeks for 3 days and stay in the hospital, and then it knocked me out strength-wise. I am over the chemo. In fact, I saw my doctor this morning. My tumors have all shrunk 40%. Yes, I can perform my duties. The doctor even told me, and it's no secret, that if they grew again, they would do a lighter form of chemo. And yeah, I might miss a couple of council meetings. And my attendance before cancer had always been excellent, with the exception of a vacation. So the answer is, yes, I can perform, or I wouldn't do it. And I thought about it long and hard, and I believe I can do it and do it well.
Thank you.
Well, I first think that we should have bus passes and encourage students to do it that way. The other one is, and I did work for a school that was a private school, and they came up with a partial solution. That is, no student was allowed to drive a car unless they were a senior and at least 3.5 or above in their averages. So that helped encourage them to at least study. And I think that's an approach. As far as parking, yeah, I think we can give it to them free, contingent on the fact that it's got a sunset clause that if we need it back, we get it back. I want to thank the Santa Monica Daily Press for putting this on, and more importantly, for all you people coming out and staying. This is how even the incumbents, we learn. We learn what you're thinking, what you want, and we can perform even better. And I've been on council, as you know, for a lot of years. I think it's imperative that I get elected because I do understand the land use element. I do understand planning. I am an architect, and I deal in problem solving. And that's, I think, is my strongest point. I'm also available to all citizens, always have been. And I get calls all the time, and so do some of my cohorts, and we try and solve your problems as they come up, not only collectively, but individually. I can serve another 4 years. I would be pleased to do it, and I hope you'll vote for me. I'm Katz. Thank you.